Alright guys, what's going on guys, it's your boy Kree here bringing you guys another Borderlands 3 video. In this Borderlands 3 video I'm going to be making another flak build video. In this one I'm going to be going over the RIPPER build. So I've made a few RIPPER builds, not RIPPER builds specifically, but a few rack builds in the past. I think I want to say I've made at least I think I made two, so this will be my third. I made this one a little bit different. I tried to go for a little bit more region heavy and less like rack spam itself. And then I wanted to combine it with a few anointed weapons, or like there's a specific anointed skill that that you should really try and focus on it if your weapons have it, that you should use if you're using this build. But with that all being said though, we're gonna go ahead and hop straight into the build. Alright guys, here we are at the build. So I want to stress this out a few things. This is the RIPPER build here. We're going to go ahead and read off all the skill points and everything with it. So we have 5 and 5 into Interplanetary Stalker. It's a kill skill. It stacks. Basically, whenever a flag kills an enemy, they gain a stack of the Stalker and they gain a bonus to all damage dealt. Very nice to have. 5 and 5 with Hunter's Eye. Flag gains bonuses when fighting different types of enemies. Critical hit damage. Yeah, you already know this one's a pretty good one overall. Critical hit 50%, armor 30%, and damage reduction 21%. Okay, so also I want to say this real quick. If you the class mod I'm using does come into play, which is why I'm spec'd with 2 into second intention and 2 into head count. So if your class mod, you don't have a class mod that's spec'd into anywhere in here, do not worry about head count and second intention. If you do, I'm going to go ahead and read off the skill points and what they do. For second intention, Hunter kills kill whenever flag kills an enemy, they gain increased reload speed. Bonuses increase if flag scores a critical kill. Then we got head count. Whenever flag scores a critical hit, there's a chance their action skill is reduced. Two Fang, definitely put in 5 out of 5 into this one, is good. 25% chance for an extra projectile is real nice. Obviously we got big game here. Flag's hunter skills become much more effective in a longer duration. This is going to help the rack overall a lot better. Not the rack. Your stalkers and your second intention here. And then we have some in the green tree that we'll get to later. Then we have the most dangerous game, Hunter kill skill, another one that big game helps with. Whenever flag kills a badass or a stronger enemy, they can increase critical hit damage and gun damage and handle length for a long time. Additionally, they receive a cash reward from Integral. It is 2 minutes long and handling is 1/3 of 100. So yeah. Then you should have one in Galactic Shadow. Flag deals increased critical hit damage and enemies are less likely to attack them. A very good ability overall. We have nothing. Oh wait, hold on. We have nothing spec'd into the master tree. Just letting y'all know, everything is spec'd into the stalker and the hunter tree. So here we are. This one has the most skill points invested into it. We'll read off. I threw one in self-repairing system just because I like to have a little bit of extra health and just constant regeneration going on. If you want to max this out, you'll have to take off Furious Attack. However, it is a hunter skill, so it's boosted by the big game, which is why I put 5 into it. After shooting an enemy, flag gains a stack of Furious Attack. For each stack of Furious Attack, flag's handling and gun damage are increased. Stacks decay after a few seconds. The stacks last 4 seconds with maxed out 5 out of 5. Then we come down over to here to Eager to Impress. I just threw 2 out of 5 in here to kill skill. Whenever flag kills an enemy, action skill cooldown is reduced. If you want to max out in this one, you can, but I recommend only throwing 2 into this one, and I just like to have at least a second for the pet kill. So coming down, we have overclocked. Flag gains increased fire rate. Flag gains even more fire rate after reloading. That goes hand in hand over here, the second intention. So we also have turn, tail, and run. While moving, flag constantly regenerates health and gains damage reduction. Awesome. While still, flag gains guns damage and fire rate. Yeah, really like this this skill mainly for its regeneration ability. This entire tree right here in the stalker tree has really good regen bonuses and perks in here. Then I always like to throw one to lick in the wounds whenever I do spec into the stalker tree. However, there's a personal opinion, so if you don't want to run this for whatever reason, you know, you can feel free to throw that into. You can max out your overclock, you can throw it here to impress, you can throw it into here. Or once again, I said if you don't want anything in the self-repairing system, and nothing into here, you know, you can totally throw those into Eager to Impress if you want. This is just a guideline for what the build that how I like to run the build. So come down here into Hidden Machine. It says when an enemy has no target or is attacking a different target, Flak deals increased damage against them. A 30% damage buff. I like this one. This one's really nice. And if you do want to run Fade Away, you can. However, it's a Rakk Ripper build, so we're going to be using the Rakks. So coming over to here, now the Fast and the Furious. While above half health, Flak's gun damage and movement speed are increased. A 25% while at max health and a 10% movement bonuses at all times. So that's really nice. Rage and Recover, another kill skill. After killing an enemy, Flak and Flak's pet regenerate health for a few seconds. I like constant regen, so I threw 2 into Rage and Recover. You can totally not throw anything into Rage and Recover, licking the wounds, or self-repairing system. And you can throw those kill points into Max This Out or into Overclocked. But that's just my personal opinion. I like to have regen. That's why I have 3 skill points into at least extra regen bonuses inside this tree. Then the power inside. To top it all off, Flak and Flak's pet gain increased damage when Flak activates an action skill. If Flak is at full health, the increased damage is doubled. Guys, so the reason why we're running a Rakk build here is because we're going to be making good use of this perk and the power inside. Obviously, you know, Rakks, they have a very, very fast cooldown timer, so you can spam these often and get that buff pretty often. So obviously we're going to be running Rakk Cell right here. Flaks have an increased cooldown rate and gain an additional charge. Awesome. And then you can throw in the Falconer's Feast or Flak and Load. If you want the additional racks, you can. I like to throw this in here for the extra regen for health. So moving on to the weapons, okay, this is very important. So any anointed weapons that have this ability right here on action skill and weapon damage increased by 100% of the time, put that in here. You want those the most. I don't have very many with this ability, so that's why all of these 3 don't have it. However, if you do have something like that, you should 100% throw it on there. Or also another thing I would recommend, if you have like, you know, something along the lines of after damaged by a Rakk attack, take 100% increased damage for a short time. So if you want to run that, you totally can. Other than that, I would recommend the most important weapons I'd recommend for this. If you have a Lucen's Call, definitely run this. This gun has really good AoE damage as long as you hit critical hits, and it's a really good assault rifle overall in general. The Dictator, I made a showcase on this video like 2 days ago. This Dictator is absolutely shreds, especially up close. If you have some badasses in your face, flip on the bipod mode, and this thing will definitely take care of them pretty fast. Also, the saw bar, I mainly have the saw bar on here because its action skill end is 100% damage after, you know, using the Rakk like I just said earlier. However, this thing, I like this gun a little bit. It has a decent damage if you get it in the sweet spot, because like whenever you shoot it, the bullet like gets to a certain distance and it spreads into 3, which is pretty cool. But if you hit them, it doesn't do that, and you lose a lot of your damage. So if you have something, other than a saw bar, like if you have a Crossroads, definitely run that. If you have, I would say if you have an Oculus, you could definitely run that. But I mean, or Cutsman, if Cutsman slaps as well. But yeah, that's mainly it for the weapons. The main thing you want for your weapon is on action skill, and enemies take 100% more damage, or weapon damage is increased by 100% time. You get my point. Coming down here into the shields and equipment, I just threw on the Raid Ward. If you want to throw on like a Transformer, you can. I just threw this on here because it guarantees an extra charge of Rakk attack, so I still get 3 while getting health back, and to help boost up all the damage around here, at least mainly for the saw bar and the Dictator. And then for this one, for your class 1, I'd recommend either the Stalker or the Bounty Hunter, or definitely 100% one of those 2. The artifact here, we have the Auto Idol. It restores 18% of your max health after killing an enemy. And then mine has 33% AoE damage and 17% sniper damage. Fight for your life movement speed, 37%. And then fires 3 cryo projectiles that damage and pass through enemies. If you want to switch this off, Put a Lyuda somewhere here to burn bosses. 100% do that, especially if you have something like this with an extra stack of 31% damage right here and 17% damage. It's an extra 48% damage to snipers. So a Lyuda in here would be absolutely amazing. And then your grenades, Murphex, Firestorm, definitely any of those two would work. Yeah, guys, that wraps up basically the gist of the build. Once again, you can totally fiddle around with these skill points into Rage and Recover, Licking the Wounds, and Self-Repairing System. And then don't put any into Second Intention or Head Count if you don't have a class mod that helps spec into your Hunter tree. We're going to go ahead and get back to the gameplay, and then we'll wrap up the video from here. Alright guys, so that basically is the build all summed up. If you have any questions, feel free to let me know. Myself, I still don't have the full maximum potential of this build unlocked yet, as I don't have that many weapons with the action skill and 100% more damage, you know? That's the one thing I'm really looking for in the weapons that I'm farming right now. My saw bar has it, but I really want to get a Lucian's Call or a Dictator with that. Definitely. A Lyuda in here is definitely a really good option, by the way, guys. Do not forget about that. However, guys, that is going to just about wrap up the video today. If you guys did enjoy the video, make sure to drop your load on that like button and subscribe if you are new, as well as to please give me a little love tap on that little bell down there below. Also, Discord link will be at the top of the description. Feel free to join that. Our Discord is the Shrine Discord. It's where me and a lot of my buddies are constantly playing games and just shooting the shit with each other. So if you do want to join that, feel free. With that being said though, guys, my name's Kree, and I'll see y'all in the next one. Peace out.